So this is a message for Hayley Vomit. I don't care, you could call me every name under the sun. You could call me a stripper hoe, anything. Yeah, but that's beyond the point. All eyes are on you with Adriana's case. We've had so many people reach out about what you've done to grieving families and how you've profited off of it and how you've given misinformation and leaded people in 10 different directions just to keep the story going, to keep profiting from grieving families' names. But just to let you know, all eyes are on you. Guyanese eyes are on you. And we are on your neck. We're not just going to let it go so easy. So yes, you're going to have to give all the money you raise for Adriana to Adriana's family, 1,000,000,000%, because we over here are on your neck. What I can't understand is why the whole of Guyana is praising Hayley Comet like she's some FBI or CID who's come to Guyana and cracked a case. She hasn't done nothing but steer the story in 50 different directions. The moment the dad turned around and said he didn't want to conversate with her, she's turned it on the family. Now the family's hiding something. At first it was the hotel owners. All she seems to be doing is reading articles from the internet, articles from TikTok, and everybody's praising her. It's like, I don't get it. It's really confusing me. She hasn't done absolutely nothing but profit from Adriana's name being put on big platforms where she's receiving big gifts, getting a lot of recognition for actually doing nothing. She wasn't at the candlelight vigil. She's never stepped foot in Guyana. I don't get why you lot are looking at this woman like she's a god or something. And she knows exactly what she's doing.
I'm not going to get beaten by anyone on this app. So people can continue to do the hate lives. People can say whatever they want. There's a reason I have as many followers as I do. And there's a reason why I get trusted to cover cases by parents. On the majority of the time, I'm working with families. I have a lot of family members who I've covered their cases and they're sat in my live every single day still because they're happy with the way I covered their case. And I spoke to Adriana's family again yesterday. They're more than happy for me to continue covering the case. There's loads of new information will be coming in the next couple of days. And all the little haters, all of you are just jealous people. You're jealous and you would love my platform and you're not the kind of hard-working people to work hard to get the same size platform as me. So instead of building your own platform, you tried to destroy mine. And let me just tell you this right now. I have fought real life monsters and I won. And I'm going to continue to win. So you can continue in your little hate groups and in your little weird lives trying to get people to put spells on me the other day, you fucking weirdos. You continue doing what you're doing and I will continue just growing. So I just want to say thank you for motivating me all the time. And to all my comments, I'll be back tonight stronger than ever. Let's do this.
This is Hayley Comet. She's a popular social media influencer. She covers true crime here on TikTok. She has over 200,000 followers. Let me just preface this by saying I don't know Hayley. I really don't hold any ill will towards her. As a matter of fact, many people assure me that she's a genuine person and this is coming from a good place. However, it's very important that as we are pursuing justice for Adriana, that we don't unintentionally cause people irreparable harm by throwing around accusations that are unfounded. Hayley has been covering the tragic murder of Adriana Young that occurred at the Doubleday Hotel in Guyana. It's my opinion that Hayley's coverage of this tragedy has simply gone off the rails. This is just my opinion, but I believe this rift began when she was invited onto a live by another content creator by the name of Damien. So Brian was also on that live and he kind of did not want to talk to her. She ended up getting off of the live. The next day, she reported on her own live how she felt some type of way about that. And that's okay. However, if you are covering a case, I think it's important that you take your personal feelings out of the equation. And it seems like ever since that day, now her whole focus has switched from looking to gather evidence to now targeting the family of Adriana Young. Now, I know many of you are going to eat this up and believe that somehow the family was involved with this. And of course, you're free to your own opinion. However, I think that if you are going to cover a case responsibly, especially when you have such a huge platform and you do influence the thoughts of other people, then you need to come about it from a better perspective. Now she's targeting the brother and everybody else is coming after him. This is why it's important that we do get actual law enforcement, such as the FBI or Scotland Yard, as the family has been asking for. If they had something to do with it, would they really be asking and seeking that an outside independent law enforcement body come in to look it up? That doesn't make sense to me. Now, we don't know all of the facts of this case, but all of the lay people on here trying to put it all together, guys, we're not going to do it. And we need to be more responsible, because the words that you utter on the internet, they can deeply impact the lives of people. So, Hayley, I think you just need to be a little more careful. I don't know your intent, but honestly, the impact, it's not good.
Hi guys, I just want to say that while all of you who have been holding hate lives about me, etc., have been just pushing venom through the internet, meanwhile, me and Adriana's family and the team have been working so hard to make the next step in the Adriana case happen. I think for the longest time, we all believed that a second autopsy wasn't going to take place, either because Adriana was just about to be buried at one point, or because we saw the fight back from the government and the police that this was never going to happen. And now we know that Adriana is safely on her way to the US to be reunited with her family over there. And so the second part of this massive justice challenge can happen, and Adriana can have a proper full autopsy by people who have no ties to the government or to the Guyana or to the Guyana police, and her family can finally start to get some answers into what happened to Adriana during those missing 20 hours. So thank you for everyone who's been so supportive and just been amazing to the family, have supported. Like, thank you guys so much. Like, and please continue to pray to this family, for this family, because they still have a massive road ahead of them and lots of horrible answers coming, I imagine. And lots of truth still to find, but it's not going to be easy for the family. So please keep Sir Brian, Amicia and their children and their family in your prayers. Thanks guys.
Did live streams that day. They said the only person who ran away from the pool when they said she's in the water was the gran. Ran the other way. Everyone else ran towards Adriana. She didn't want to see her like that. She just wanted it to be done. She didn't want to have to face it. Like, it's mad. You just, I've literally said so many times, and I will literally tell you again and again, when a child goes missing and is murdered, it is the majority of the time the family or a family member who has been a part of it. It is barely ever, about 5% of the time, it's a stranger. So when people go to me, like New Generation was going earlier, like, you can't blame the family, I'm like, do you want me to list you all the cases I've covered this week that have been family? Like, because I can count on my two hands in 2 years how many kids I've covered that have been killed by a stranger. The rest were by parents, grandparents, siblings. There's always someone, a family. Money, Zara. Granny loves money. Granny didn't even raise Sir Brian or her other children. She gave birth and she gave them to her parents so she could party. She does not have an emotional connection to Sir Brian, so she definitely doesn't to his afro-looking children. I can't make it any... Give me a second, Kate. I can't make it any more clear. She saw them as NEGRO kids. Bastard children. That's how she saw them. I'm not going to dress it up. They weren't what she wanted. And that's very clear. I said 2 weeks ago, I have spoken to people who said I dated a different race in Guyana. I went to their house for dinner. Their whole family joked and called me the N-word at the table. And I'm like, what? And they're like, that's what you are. Like, what are you getting offended by? NIGGA. Like, they constantly said it. So people have said that Granny has referred to Adriana's mother as the N-word several times.
She's talking about the colour thing after I just spoke about the divide in the country, London.
You are literally disrespecting her and calling her awful names, so are other family members, because she's never been good enough. So her children were an extension of her, of hatred that you felt. And then all of a sudden, you get offered 30 million in Guyanese dollars for her life, and you're like, yeah, more partying in a new house. And the money is the root of all evil.